we have to have this conversation. Okay, Rosie, 11 games, he has 1 goal, and Nick Robertson is supposed to be a goal scorer. I just think we're at the end of this road where it's just time for a change of scenery. Felt the same way about Timothy Liljegren. I feel the same way about Nick Robertson. Furthermore, to that point, I watched the games, and Robertson sticks out for the wrong reasons where I just don't think he fits with what they're trying to do here, physical wise. Like, he's not even getting opportunities or chances or shots on goal. Like, I just feel like he's a guy that is withering away and doesn't have a role with this team right now. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, he's just not very noticeable right now. He's not being effective in any way. And when you're a pure goal scorer and you're not even creating chances to score goals, it's not a great look. When that's, you got to keep in mind everyone is kind of struggling right now. Everyone's pretty dry on the offensive side of things. You could say that's an opportunity for him to step up and be the guy that says, hey, I can do some things here too, and I can carry us along. Hasn't even been close to that. Again, his consistency has always been the question mark. And there's been pieces of time where it's like, man, that's a good hockey player. Man, he's dynamic. Man, he can finish. He's got the right stuff. But you see it so seldomly now, and it's just few and far between when he gives you that flash. It's becoming apparent that it's not worth a roster spot for what you get out of him. I mean, it's not like there's multi-layers where he's blocking shots and chasing down pucks and being physical and killing penalties, and it's just he has kind of one thing, and that's making plays and scoring goals, and it's not there at all. You want to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt because the whole team is struggling, but it's kind of miles away. If he was getting chance after chance and it's just not going in, you could say, hey, he's snake bit and let him cook, but he's not even creating opportunities, which is a big red flag. And I just think that position between him and Holmberg and Dewars coming back, like someone's got to step up and be the guy to say, hey, raise your hand. I'm the Toronto Maple Leaf. That's my spot. And I'm here to be here for the long haul. And you need a guy like me. And I just want something solid. It's totally wavering. It's, let's try him. Oh, who's in tonight? Oh, Holmberg's out. Oh, and it's Bobby. And it's just kind of, it would be nice. That's where they're showing a little bit of lack of depth is at that position where can I just get one of those depth pieces, third line kind of guy to just be rock solid and be the guy that can step in and sit there for the rest of the season, because they don't seem to have anybody. I wish it was Nick. He's too inconsistent.
There just seems to be a bizarre attachment between Dubasites and Nick Robertson. Like the guy's going to be 37 years old and people are like, he can score, he can shoot. It's like, am I watching a different hockey club or a different team where it's like, I watch Nick Robertson. Yeah, he scores goals, but like, I don't think he fits with this roster, specifically if they're not going to play him in the top 6. He doesn't have a role. He's not a physical player. There's a couple moments in that game against Minnesota after being a healthy scratch on Saturday where he was just knocked off the puck. I mean, it's pretty easy to disconnect a player from the puck, and I just don't think he's a fit with this team, and that's okay. There's a lot of people in this market who don't want to let go of the player because of a fear that he's going to somehow go off and score 45 goals. Like, what are we doing here, Rosie, is my question.
Who cares what people do when they leave the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I know.
Like, it's only matters what they do when they're here. What are they doing for you? If they go into some other system that wants them and they didn't like the pressure of Toronto and they go and have a flourishing season in Columbus, who cares? It didn't work here. That's the only thing you know. That's the only thing that matters. And it's becoming a pretty consistent theme that Nick Robertson isn't performing here. Giving him the benefit of the doubt in training camp and in preseason and throughout the season, he's had a fair bit of looks and not one redeeming thing to show for it. Like, I can't even remember like a big time chance that almost went in, or the goalie made a big save, or he hit the post, or nothing. Like, I just don't notice him out there, and I'm sorry, but for that role with your skill set, you got to be doing more, and you got to get someone in there that's going to be more conducive to the system, that's going to be just flat out more effective.
Man, he scored 1 goal. It came in garbage time against Columbus, wasn't it? Like, I don't know. And I was trying really hard the last year to make this fit and to believe in this player, in this market, with this team. But now, specifically with Craig Berube, I don't see it. Maybe with Sheldon Keefe's team and the way he wanted to run things. But I just don't. Again, if you're not going to try him in the top 6, then a bottom 6 look is not going to be the right play for Robertson. And I think ultimately there's going to be a decision that's made in the next couple weeks when Dewar's back in the mix. I saw he scored for the Marlies on Friday. once Yarncroke is back. Like, they're ultimately going to have to make a decision. And I do feel like this is trending towards a decision where they got to trade this guy.
Well, I'm telling you, I guarantee you they've had conversations and Tree Living has knocked on doors. Is anyone interested? And I mean, everyone just expects, oh, just trade him to someone. Trade him to who? Who wants him? Who's willing to give up something for him? They've had opportunity to trade them. It's been the conversation piece for quite some time now. It's not easy to put it in. It was nice they got a deal done with Liljegren, and I was kind of surprised that it did. But good for Tree Living. But I promise you that he's having those conversations about Nick Robertson as well. And nothing's come to fruition yet. Could that happen today when we get off the show? Yes. I just foresee this guy being on waivers and being down in the Marlies again. Yep. And, that's going to happen when Yarncroke is back. When is that happening, by the way? Duer's coming back. I think there's other pieces where, hey, you've had your shot. You've had 15 games to do something. You haven't done anything. We asked you if you wanted to be a Toronto Maple Leaf, if you wanted to be effective. Of course, he's trying. He's probably frustrated, but you're too inconsistent to warrant this position. And if it is in the bottom six, this team's new identity is going towards things that you do not excel at. So I'm sorry, the writing's on the wall for him. I think he's going to end up on waivers and be down on the Marlies here in the next couple of weeks.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.